Losing $10 feels worse than winning 20 feels good, because mathematically, $20 is twice as much as 10, but emotionally, the math doesn't add up. And this isn't just bad math, it's your brain's survival shortcut, hardwired over thousands of years. It's called loss aversion, and it explains why you cling to bad investments. It explains why you stay in dead-end jobs. And explains why you'll drive across town to save $3 on a $20 purchase, but wouldn't drive the same distance to earn $3 extra for the same effort. Here's the thing, your brain doesn't treat gains and losses like a spreadsheet. It treats them like life and death. And in 1979, two psychologists proved it. Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky weren't just any researchers. They were the architects of modern behavioral economics, and their work would later earn Kahneman a Nobel Prize. But back in the 70s, they were just two curious minds asking a simple question: why do people make irrational choices, even when they know the odds? Their answer: prospect theory. And at its core was this one glitch: losses loom larger than gains, not just a little larger, twice as large. Think about that. If winning $20 gives you a happiness boost of, say, 50 units, losing $10 doesn't just take away 50 units, it carves out 100. That's the asymmetry. That's loss aversion. And it doesn't just apply to money. It applies to time, reputation, relationships, anything you value. But why? Why would evolution wire us to fear losses more than we desire gains? The answer lies in survival. Imagine you're a hunter-gatherer on the savannah. You find two berries. One is safe, the other might be poisonous. If you eat the safe one, you gain a little energy. If you eat the risky one and it's poisonous, you die. In that world, avoiding losses isn't just smart, it's the difference between life and death. Your brain evolved to treat losses like physical threats, because for most of human history, they were. Modern neuroscience proves it. When you experience a loss, the same regions of your brain light up as when you feel physical pain. The anterior insula and the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, these aren't just fancy names. They're the alarm systems that scream, danger, danger, when you lose something. And that pain, it's real, it's measurable. It's why selling a stock at a loss feels like ripping off a bandage, slow, agonizing, and something you'll avoid at all costs. But wait, if this is a survival mechanism, why does it backfire so often in the modern world? Because your brain didn't evolve for spreadsheets, stock markets, or Black Friday sales. It evolved for a world where resources were scarce and risks were immediate. Today, that same wiring makes you overpay for insurance, hold on to losing stocks, and keep clothes in your closet with the tag still on just in case you might need them someday. And here's where things get even more interesting. Marketers, politicians, and even your friends know about this glitch. They don't just sell you products, they sell you the fear of missing out. Limited time offer, only 3 left in stock. Don't miss your chance. These aren't just phrases. They're psychological triggers designed to exploit your brain's fear of loss. Because framing a choice as avoiding a loss is twice as effective as framing it as gaining a benefit. Let's test it. Imagine you're told, if you don't switch to this new phone plan, you'll lose $50 a month. Same outcome, same math. But it hits harder. It feels urgent. It makes you act. That's loss aversion in action. But here's the twist. This glitch isn't just about money. It shapes your relationships too. Ever stayed in a toxic friendship or relationship longer than you should have? That's loss aversion. You're not just weighing the future, you're mourning the time, effort, and emotional investment you've already poured in. Your brain screams, don't lose what you've already put into this, even when logic says it's time to walk away. And it doesn't stop there. Loss aversion even warps your memory. Studies show that people remember their losses more vividly than their wins. Think about your last big purchase. Do you remember the joy of unboxing it? Or do you remember the moment you realized it wasn't worth the price? For most of us, it's the latter. That's why casinos make sure you see your chips when you win, but they don't make you count your losses. They know your brain will do that for them. So how do you outsmart a glitch that's hardwired into your brain? The first step is awareness. Next time you hesitate to sell a losing stock, return a bad purchase, or leave a job that's draining you, ask yourself, is this logic or just my brain's fear of loss? Because here's the truth, losses will always feel heavier than gains. But that doesn't mean they have to control you. Kahneman and Tversky's work didn't just change psychology, changed how we understand human nature. And the most powerful lesson, your brain isn't a calculator. It's a survival machine built for a world that no longer exists. But once you see the glitch, you can start to work around it. So here's your challenge. Audit your closet today and return one item you haven't used in a year to hack your loss aversion. The next time you're faced with a decision, big or small, ask yourself, am I making this choice because it's the right one or because I'm afraid of losing something? Because when losses feel twice as heavy as gains, the real risk isn't just what you might lose, it's what you might miss out on by playing it too safe.